Yeah, I almost got eaten. And I just hear... And I turn and look, and this bear is coming full speed.
How are you not dead?
The gun went off. Diego saved my life. That's the closest to death I've ever gotten.
Damn.
I haven't told you this
I don't
story.
think so, no.
Johnny. Yeah, I almost got eaten.
How long ago was this?
This was last September.
I don't think you told me. Tell me.
Yeah, we were going down to haul 2 moose out, me and my buddy Diego, who's one of the guides up there. Long story short, these moose had been sitting there for a little bit.
How long?
Couple days.
Couple days?
Yeah.
Is that pretty typical?
No, it was...
I feel like something else was eating it by that point.
It was a situation that happened with some of our DIY hunters that ultimately was not ideal.
Were they just in a bad spot to get them out? Or what?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we went in to help them get it out after Diego and I had gotten back from our moose hunt that year, or last year, getting done with our moose and grizzly client. And we went in, and like I said, they'd been sitting there for a couple of days.
How big are these moose? Just the two of you going to get 2 moose?
Yeah, I mean, it's for one moose, it's about 12 trips.
Oh my God.
So that's...
Are you fucking kidding me?
It was, going to be anywhere from 20.
1 moose, 12 trips for 2 people?
You have to take, and rightfully so, I mean, you need to take all the meat off of any animal that you kill, of course, but in Alaska, you have to take all the meat out on the bone of a moose. So like...
On the bone?
Yeah, you can't debone, you can't like start carving it off the femur and the ribs and
Why
all
is that.
That's just what they make you do, man.
That's just like an Alaska law. Like,
yeah,
why?
It's
that's
just
so weird.
I mean, it's so highly regulated, and rightfully so, and that's why it's such an amazing place. But you can't like, you have to take the rib cages out whole.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I can see why it gets even more difficult.
Well, I mean, like, ultimately,
you bringing a bone saw with you?
Yeah, a fucking axe or a hatchet.
Jeez, dude.
But ultimately, like, if if that rule didn't exist, then like, you got a lot of meat, man, and there's a lot of people that may not be able to get all that meat out all the time, so they might just toss a little bit here or there, So it's ultimately a way of keeping people accountable, and rightfully so.
Yeah.
But we walked down. We got flown into the camp, and ultimately these moose were about 1.5 miles from the camp, and it was up and over a pretty steep mountain. And we got there in the afternoon and decided to at least hike up to the top of that mountain from camp so we could get eyes on them, because once you got up there, you could glass down and see where they were, where both were laying. And the hunters had already kind of cut up and hung some of it up. But yeah, so we get up there. Like I said, it's about 5 or 6 o'clock. Sun goes down. September a little bit later than that. I guess it was probably we were up there around 4, and sun goes down around like 6 or 7. So we get eyes on it, and Diego and I were like, well, might as well get one trip in. We hiked all the way up here, so let's just go down there and start hauling.
Yeah.
We where these moose were laying, it was like right on the furthest edge of this big meadow, like big open meadow, basically, is how it would look. And then there's a pretty thick tree line on the perimeter of it all.
When you're looking down, doesn't look like any animal's been fucking with them or anything like that.
No, but I mean, it's Alaska, man. There's bears everywhere.
Well, I would think like if it's sitting there for 2 days, something's eating this already.
Yeah, I mean that's the
like a bear.
Yeah, that's the belief. But we have good optics and binoculars, glass down there, and there's nothing eating it at the time.
Yeah.
So all right, let's go down there. So we're walking in this tree line about, I don't know, 20 yards out of the meadow. We're walking in the trees, and him and I are just being boys. We were hunting together at that time for a couple of weeks, and I've known Diego for a long time, and we're just shooting the shit. We don't have any reason to be stealthy at that point. So we're just talking, about whatever. We finally kind of get down to the bottom, and I say, hey, let's cut out of the trees because we can't really see anymore. Like, we're exactly where these moose are laying. Let's cut out of the trees and walk out into the meadow a little bit so we can, get eyes on them. So we walk out.
How high is the grass in the meadow?
It's not like super high grass. It's just, it looks like a meadow, but once you get out in it, it's like potholes everywhere. Okay. It's like tundra because there's so much water up there, So it looked from high, when you're looking down on that stuff, it looks, a lot of that like stuff looks flat, and then it's not.
Yeah.
But we walk out, it's open. It's not like super high grass or any of that. But it just, it just kind of varies the roll in a lot of that just because of how much water is up there, and it just divots out the, little holes and stuff. But yeah, so we walk out of this tree line, and I'm walking in front. Diego's like off to my 4 o'clock behind me. And we like walk about 5 yards into the meadow, and I just kind of pick up my glass real quick, and I'm like, oh yeah, I can see, because there were some orange game bags that the hunters had hung some meat in already, and I was like, oh yeah, they're right there about 200 yards. And so we just kind of start paralleling the tree line again, because we're just going to walk, right on the edge of it all, because they were laying right on the tree line in the meadow, and we went 5-10 yards, and I just hear, and I look, and this.
Could you tell where it's coming from at that time?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
And I turn and look, and this bear is coming full speed at me, and it's
how far away?
Less than 10 yards away at the
Fuck me.
Full speed.
Dude, you're dead.
Oh, I was like, that's exactly what I told myself, and
10 yard, like, yeah.
I mean, dude, I'll never. I just see this, and like on the edge of the trees and the meadow, the like where it kind of all tied in, I guess, was a little bit taller grass, and the first thing I see is just this massive head and the eyes. I'll never forget the look on this thing's face, dude. Just absolute evil.
Oh my God.
Just coming full speed at me. And just, I've hunted a lot in my life.
What are you carrying at this point?
I have a 10 mil.
That's it.
Normally I would have had the 375 Ruger, which is like the normal guide rifle that we have. It's a large caliber hunting round.
You're not whipping a rifle around at 10 yards anyway.
Well, when Diego and I decided, or like when we got told that we were going out there, we kind of discussed like, all right, what are we bringing with us for protection? I had a 10 mil. He has a 45 that he keeps in his pack. And then I was, a lot of the decision making, especially when you're flying in a lot of those planes and just kind of some of the logistics of it, you have to kind of, you can't bring all the gear. Yeah, you kind of have to be picky and choosy, which with the hunting, with the rifles is not one thing that you typically want to be choosy about, but we ended up being choosy, and it was the wrong decision because both of us ultimately should have had a rifle.
Yeah.
But I had my 10 mil and I was comfortable with that, and I let him use the 375 that I was using at the time, and he was carrying that in his hand. And so as soon as that bear is coming, I ultimately probably made the wrong decision based off of a lot of recommendations that you'll hear to stand your ground. But because that,
fucking luck.
Exactly, man. Like, that's where I was at with it. Like, the more that I look back on it now, it's like, stand my ground. Like, dude, this thing was, this has been one of the big, especially Grizzly. This is one of the biggest bears I've seen up there since I've been up there.
Nothing in anybody's DNA says stay put.
Yeah, and because I didn't have a gun in my hand or anything.
Where are you carrying it at?
On my chest, in a chest holster. So I have my pack on. I have it in a chest holster.
Let me ask you this: why do I see so many people in Alaska with the chest holster? What is the logic behind that?
I mean, it's in a central location so that you can ultimately get to it. Like, let's say a bear pins you down and you're on your, like you're on your hip or something, and it's on the one side that you can't get to.
Okay.
So it's just obviously a bear could be on top of you and it'd be difficult for you to get it
Personally,
off your chest, but
double hip. Chest.
yeah. It wouldn't
If
have
it's
been
me.
it wouldn't have been a bad choice for this scenario. But so it's coming, again, go back to the story. It's coming full speed and just reactionary. I turn my body to buy myself time.
Yeah.
Because it's in your DNA to just kind of hide yourself from danger in a sense. So I turn my body ultimately to buy myself time to pull my 10 mil. And so I pull it, and I'm a dumbass, and where I fucked up is because that gun is, and all your, protection guns are always loaded because you're in bear country.
Right.
So when I pulled it, I didn't have that awareness at the time because of how stressful it was ultimately.
You're not training a lot of bear training.
Yeah, and I racked around as I was turning.
Even though you had one in the chamber.
Even though I had one.
This part I think you told me about.
Yeah. And it ultimately, because of the bullets, especially that we're shooting at a buffalo bore, they're 200 something grain. I mean, they're big, 10 mil rounds.
Yeah.
And they're completely lead tip. So, and it's like soft lead. And that got jammed in the port. Where
how do they get jammed?
it
Did you just like half rack it or something?
Yeah, so I ultimately, again, I have a bear chasing me at this point.
No judgment.
So I'm pulling, and I just it was all kind of one movement. Pull, I'm turning, to face this thing so I can shoot, and I'm racking at the same time. A bear's chasing me at this point, so I don't realize that I didn't rack it all the way. And after the fact, it was very clear to see what happened, but there was one of my rounds was jammed right. I mean, it took me, after the rest of the story is over, after the fact, it took me, you can ask Diego, it took me 2 minutes to unfuck that round out of there.
How are you not dead?
Because Diego saved my life.
He shot it?
The gun went off. Let's just say that. But and ultimately it turned and ran away after that.
Jesus Christ.
But I mean, it
dude, you're so lucky you're not dead.
Yeah, I mean, thankfully, actually, my gun did what it did. I don't believe that I would have shot Diego, but where he was standing and where the bear was at the time, I definitely flashed him with my gun.
Yeah.
I know that. And whether or not I would have been pulling the trigger, I don't believe that I would have been and had enough awareness to at least know where Diego was. But I mean, it's me with a bear coming at me, and Diego's at this point, kind of, the bear is kind of in between him and I at this angle that I turned at now. But he's also, kind of off to the side too. So it's kind of hard to explain in a sense or picture for, unless you were there. But I mean, when Diego was picking, as I turned and Diego was, picking up the rifle ultimately to get a round off, the bear kind of hit the brakes because he saw Diego move.
Took his attention away from you.
And so he stopped to look at Diego, and that's when I realized, that's when I was dead. I mean, my red dot was on him, and I was like, in a weird way, I was like, because we just got these 10 mils, and I was like, oh, hell yeah, I'm about to find out what this thing's going to fucking do. And I start pulling, and nothing's happening. And I'm like, oh, fuck.
God.
And but it stopped to look at him at this point, and then it just says fuck it and looks at me and takes one more step at me, and then that's when the other gun goes off.
Dude.
I mean, at the closest, I mean, Diego and I both think it was less than 3 yards from me.
That's way too close.
Yeah, it's from me to the wall right there.
That's got to be such a primal fear.
Yeah, I mean,
like even more so than a human pulling a gun on you.
I mean, it's I don't know, man. It was if I could do it all over again, or if it could happen to me tomorrow, I would press that button.
Yeah,
just because of it's an experience that I survived that that very few and I feel this way because Diego has been guiding brown bear and Alaskan brown bear and grizzly and moose hunters for the last 7-8 years of his life.
Mm-hmm.
And the moment that gun went off and that bear turned and ran away, he looked at me and said, "That's the closest to death I've ever gotten."
Damn.
And like, this is my second year up there. Like, I've been around a lot of bears. I haven't had anything like that happen. Yeah. And I haven't heard any story from any of the other guides of anything like that happening, but especially when a very seasoned guy that's like Diego, who's been in enough camps and has done as much shit as he has up there, looks at me with the look that he had on his face and said that was the one.
Well, I'm glad I could be there to be part of it.
Yeah. And like, it was a very... I mean, admittedly, it was very traumatic for me. For him, there was some emotion after it. I mean, dude, like I was absolutely convinced that at one point in it that I was going to get eaten for sure. When that thing first came out, I thought I was done.
Revenant's flashing through your
100%. And then when my gun wasn't going off, and Diego, it all feels like
bam,
a long,
bam, bam,
and my gun's not going off. And it's, kind of takes a step at Diego. In my mind, I'm like, he's done. Yeah. So like there's all these emotions and this all happened.
If he would have turned towards Diego and decided to take him out,
I would have been fucked.
You'd have been fucked.
I would have been absolutely fucked. Dude, I had to get.
It took you 2 minutes.
I had to get a Leatherman like out of my pack. Like, damn. I mean, dude, it wasn't like, oh, just put your finger in there and get. It wasn't like, dude, I would put all my strength into getting the slide to go back.
So you said like obviously soft lead, so it's cut. Did it like cut into the brass at all? Is that what?
Yeah, or like so much? Yeah, I mean the brass and like the tip of it ultimately,
dude.
Because when I just racked it half and then it just slammed it all the way and just jammed the fuck out of it, dude. I mean, it wasn't anything that the gun or the manufacturer or anybody. No, it was my fault. I mean, if I wouldn't, but again, if I wouldn't have racked that round like that, then I feel like a pretty good chance that I may have sent a round at Diego. I mean,
maybe.
I don't want to believe that I would, but like, dude, I'm not like, I've been around a lot of guns, but I'm not I've never been in the military. I don't have
like this, you're training close quarters combat.
I don't have that training. I mean, I have, a lot of awareness for gun safety and especially.
It's combat at that point though.
Yeah, but that was 100% combat the first time I've ever been in combat like that.
Not just combat, close quarters combat.
Yeah, 100%, man, dude. To where like and especially with how fast it was all happening. I mean, it was something that I absolutely, know that I have to, just be prepared better for moving forward.
At least, I mean, yeah, you've been through it, survived. You could train a little bit for. I could tell you right now, man, like, I don't know how fucking terrified I'd be. Like, I've been held up at gunpoint. I've been shot at. I promise you, I would be fucking 10 times more afraid of a bear.
Yeah.
There's no chance that I'm fucking like, there's something different about an animal like that chasing you. That's like being in the water and seeing a great white, like, oh, what the fuck? Like, I'm not prepared for this, like mentally. Nothing in my life has prepared me for this.
No, and there's no ability, especially in that scenario, like, you're around a lot of bears and you especially when you're hunting and a lot of the terrain that we hunt them in, you know where they are. Like, it's not that we didn't know that there wasn't a potential for there to be a bear there, but we didn't know that it was there.
Right.
So it's a lot different decision making and awareness and the things that go through your mind, like when something all of a sudden just comes out of nowhere and you're absolutely in their house.
Yeah.
It's not, you have zero advantage other than the only thing that you have is your fucking weapon.
Considering that how fast it happened, and it's not like you've trained for that. I mean, because really, honestly, who trains for that? I mean, I'm sure you will going forward, but I mean, considering that you hadn't trained for that and it happened so fast, and it's such an unusual experience, you're lucky you fucking got your pistol and fucking racked it at all.
Yeah, I mean, I knew that was the one chance I had to survive in that moment, dude.
Crazy.
But if I was by myself or if Diego didn't have that rifle, there's no doubt in my mind I would be dead.
How big do you think it was?
It had to be a 800-pound bear.
Jesus
700-pound bear. I mean, dude, it's
a fucking Volkswagen.
Dude, it was fucking massive. Dude. I mean, the head was the size of a beach ball.
Man.
The look on this thing's face, Johnny.
Every time, like,
I want to get it tattooed on my back. Like, I feel like I could describe it to an artist. Like, just bears, especially mature bears, have this very like distinct, like, beady eye. Like,
really,
because their heads get so big that their eyes just look so small.
Okay,
and it just makes them look even more ominous. And it's just darkness and just evil that exists in there. Yeah, I mean, we can go into it another time, but I mean, there's other parts of that story that definitely, for the religious people out there.
Yeah,
definitely.
Tell me what happened.
I'm trying to think of how to, like, I guess, start this. Before Diego and I got flown out there, we were on a hunt together. On a moose hunt, and we had got flown back to the lodge because our hunt was over, and we had only had about 3 hours, not even, to get our shit together, and we got told that we were getting sent out there to go kind of do this task. And so, you know, we had been out in the field, and I had been out in the field at that point for about 35 days, and Diego was out there for a couple of weeks with me. But, you know, we get back to the lodge, and that's
35 days in the field, or like from the field to the lodge?
No, 30. I had spent about 35 days straight in this camp that I was in. And we get back, and this is like the first time that him and I have had like a shower, a cooked meal, and like cell service and internet, you know, for a minute. So, you know, make some phone calls, whatever. He's doing his thing. I'm doing mine. Hey, get your shit together. Get on the float plane. You got to go do this. All right. Boom. We get on the plane. And Diego and I had a great hunt, killed a couple grizzlies with some guys together. And, you know, we were having a ton of fun. Him and I have known each other for a couple of years now, and, you know, whatever. We have a good relationship. He's super funny, and, you know, we just joke around.
Yeah.
So we get on the float plane, and I could tell that something was wrong with Diego, and I couldn't, you know, I didn't ask him, you know, what I thought maybe, you know, he got a bad phone call or email or something when he got cell service. You know, that'll happen up there, especially when you spend that much time away from your phone. But I could tell something was off with him. And then after that, and that persisted kind of throughout all the way up until this moment, you know, where this bear came at us. But so after this bear comes out and does its deal, Diego tells me what he tells me about, you know, that being the closest to death he's ever gotten. We hike back up the mountain, send our outfitter a message just saying, hey, we're pulling out for the night. You know, we're going to figure this out. And we hike back to camp in the dark, which sucked. Yeah. Because, you know, especially after that happening, you're just every little, like...
There's no way.
Oh, dude, it was rough.
I'm like, you're going to have to airlift me out of here.
Yeah, dude, it was rough.
I'm not hiking anymore. I'm staying right here.
I'm not going to lie, it was rough. But about halfway through that hike, Diego stops me, and he's like, I got to tell you something. And we're standing in the dark again. We almost just got eaten by a grizzly bear. There's grizzly bears everywhere. It's a heavily wooded forest. You can't see shit other than...
Are they active at night?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
You know, there's whatever else around. Who knows? You're in a foreign place that you've never been
You got
into.
wolves out there, I'm sure.
Oh yeah. And he's like, I got to tell you something. So I'm like, okay. The year before this happened, Diego had a moose client who had just refound God in his life.
Mm-hmm.
And on this moose hunt, Diego, again, this was Diego's client, was talking to Diego about his journey with God and religion and, trying to help him. He was, similar age to Diego, a little bit older, in his 40s, and was trying to help him with his, journey and kind of ask him about it. And I guess on like day 6 of that hunt, they woke up that morning. It was a moose hunt. They woke up that morning, and the guy rolled over in his sleeping bag and looked at Diego and said, God wants me to shoot a 70-inch moose today, which is he's talking about the width of this moose. Mm-hmm. That God wants me to shoot a 70-inch moose today.
We're talking 70 width of what?
The antlers, the moose paddles, like the widest tip, basically
6 feet.
Yeah, it's massive. That's how big these fucking things are. Saying that to him in a joking way, they kind of had a tough couple of days of their hunt, and was just throwing it out there. And Diego was like, "Oh yeah, okay, man," and the guy was like, how about this? If I do it, you have to agree to let God back into your life. And Diego's like, okay, yeah, whatever, man. Mm-hmm. I'll do it.
Yeah, sure. All right.
And they go out either, I can't remember if it was that day or the next day, and they shoot a moose. Mm-hmm. And just the way the logistics and all this shit happened for them, they didn't, and Diego had to go guide another hunt immediately after this hunt was over. Again, this was the year prior. They didn't have a chance to measure it. It was a big moose, but they didn't have a chance to measure it. So that day that I was talking about, when we got back to the lodge and had to get on the float plane to go do this, and Diego was acting weird, Diego got a text message video from that client from the year before.
This is a year later?
This is a year later. Got a text message from that client with a video of him receiving his taxidermied moose head back in a big shipping crate. They have to send it. And this guy sends Diego a video, again, that he had just received right before we got on the float plane, and says, all right, Diego, I have the video. Says, all right, Diego, now's the time. We didn't have a chance to measure this. You agreed to let God back into your life. If this moose stretched 70 inches. So let's see what it is. And sure as shit, Johnny, this guy takes a tape measure out and stretches it all on video, and it lands directly on 70 inches. I mean, I can't make this up.
He's getting this right before you.
He is getting this right before. And again, it just fucked him up, man. Like he's, kind of had gone through some struggles just personally with his journey with God and religion and all that. And he finds that out, is kind of dealing with that emotionally of like, I can't believe that just happened a year later.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then
he probably hadn't given a second thought since then.
No, he didn't. And then boom, this bear almost kills us.
Dude. God was like, I'm serious.
Yeah. And then, ultimately, again, on the walk back, is he tells me this, and dude, I mean, I have no shame in saying two grown men. I mean, he tells me that, and we both just absolutely break down.
Really?
I mean, emotional fucking breakdown. Yeah. And in the middle of the fucking Alaskan wilderness, in the dark, after almost getting eaten by a grizzly bear, we're both just like sitting there leaning on each other, just crying our eyes out.
I just picture some dude with night vision watching us. What the fuck are these dudes doing?
Dude, it would have been absolutely that. Absolutely.
That's crazy, man.
But yeah, I mean, I tell everybody I've had a number of, a number of instances in my own life where God was calling me, and I ultimately failed to listen and didn't want to take it serious. And I mean, by no means do I claim to be this overly religious person. I was raised Catholic. I've done a bunch in that church, but disengaged a lot after I went into college. And, you know, I've struggled a lot with my own journey with that, but I've had a ton of signs in my life and things, you know, that I don't have to go into now by any means, but that have pointed me in that direction and have tried to get me to at least re-involve myself, follow the message, and to grow that journey a little bit stronger. And I ultimately haven't listened. And I can tell you that, in my opinion, without a doubt in my mind, that was a moment where God was telling me, look, motherfucker.
Yeah, I mean, there's...
Open your fucking eyes.
You can look at that in a few different ways, but, I mean, there's entirely a chance that message wasn't even for Diego getting that 70. That could have been just a conduit to tell you.
No, I absolutely believe that it was a conduit for me.
Yeah.
100%. And, like, I don't, you know, I don't hold any ill will towards that animal. I'm not afraid of bears now. Like I have, but like that absolutely, in my opinion, was my come to Jesus moment. Let's just call it, you know, that for how close I got.
Considering what happened, and then, hearing that story, like that would be difficult to ignore.
Yeah. I mean, and it's taken me a little bit less than a year, but definitely it's taken me some time to process that and what the meaning of that was to me in my life, and to really, not like that I lose sleep over it or have nightmares or any of that shit. I don't. But I mean, we've been through some shit together at the station, you know.
You're going to flash back to that moment. You're going to.
I mean, I can remember it like it happened to me yesterday, like it happened to me 2 minutes ago. I can remember everything about it, but it's taken me some time to break down and understand what the meaning of that was in my life, and how significant of a moment that was for me as a human being, but especially as a man and a man of God in the world, for sure.
There's moments in your life where, like, you could have had a close call, but you maybe don't realize how close you were to death, so it doesn't like register so much. In that moment, you realize, like, oh, that was almost it.
Yeah, I mean,
there's no denying that.
I mean, dude, like I said, you and I have worked together at the fire department.
I just drove by that. I was at 41. I drove by calls like, I almost killed a Buddha right there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, well, you almost fried me in a fire one time. Like, I mean, dude, a ton of us have had those moments, and I look back on some of those, and I laugh in a sense now of like, man, you weren't close to death on that. Like, you may have gotten hurt a little bit, but like, you know,
I mean, am I going to survive a flashover? Like, I don't know.
No, like not that one specifically, but like a lot of other like little things where I told myself that maybe I was, you know, it was worse. You know,
you don't know.
You don't know, and like that one,
there's no doubt about it.
That was no doubt in my mind, by far the closest that I have ever came to death and could have ever been that seriously injured that fucking fast
in a split second. You know how this story ends.
100%.
It's not a like.
And I was telling myself that as it was happening.
Yeah, I'm sure. Like, dude, it's one of those things where like when people say time slowed down, I bet that was for you. Like that 2-second moment probably lasted 2 minutes in your mind.
I mean, dude, I kind of had to like juke, you know, like, I mean, I swear, dude. I mean, it was, my only regret is I just didn't have like a GoPro on for it, man. It would have been the most savage video anybody would have.
You still never showed me the video from when your brown bear, not your brown bear, but your black bear hunt. Did you say you had a GoPro for that?
The archery one?
Yeah, like years ago.
Yeah. I have that video somewhere. I'm trying to think. That was a giant fucking black bear too. I didn't do because they do like a death moan when you kill them, and I was not going in the woods after that. I waited for my outfitter Johnny to come.
Yeah.
I was like, because I was shooting a bow, and I was like, hey man, you can come fucking with me to go look for this thing with the shotgun.
Who was telling the story on Rogan? This is a long time ago about a brown bear that was charging him like across the river, and all he had was a bow.
I mean, a bow. I mean, it was probably Cam. Yeah, it was Cam.
Had to be. This is years ago.
I mean, Steve Ranella from Meat Eater, they were sitting there eating lunch and had a grizzly or a brown bear come in and charge them all, and one of them ended up like on this thing's like back, basically.
Really?
Like, because it just charged through the group and like threw this guy up, basically, and like this dude. Steve says he like turns around as they're all trying to like get their guns, and nobody was like prepared because they were sitting there eating lunch. I think it was in Montana. Maybe.
That story sounds familiar. I might have heard that one.
Yeah,
too.
and he like turns around and his buddy's just like on the back of this fucking like getting thrown in the air, basically.
Jesus
like
Christ.
a rodeo, like a rodeo clown, dude.
Dude, that's like, I personally don't ever want to be a part of that story, but at the same time, after it's done, like, wow.
Oh, dude. I mean, yeah, it's funny, dude. I mean, like, I don't know. Like, I'm trying, like, the culture up there. I mean, it's a lot like the Alaskan guide culture is a lot like firefighter culture in a sense of like, hey, man, like when something gnarly happens to you, like you don't talk about it, or like, you know, or like, oh, it wasn't as bad as you think, or you're a pussy, you know, like, you know, and I get it, you know, I've been around plenty of that environment and stuff like that my whole life, but like, I mean, again, to go back to what Diego said and his look on his face, his reaction, the emotional reaction that we both had, how much time he spent up there, how much time I've spent in the woods, the fact that I just really don't fear bears and never have. I mean, that whole situation, man, I mean, the meaning to me of the experience that it gave me in my life. And I mean, dude, it's something that I will absolutely never forget, and can wholeheartedly say that I, as weird as it sounds, wish that every human being could experience, because it is the most primal, real, I mean, just raw experience that you could ever have in your life.
That's why guys that go to war and do that shit and have so many close calls, like, they fucking thrive. I mean, they live for that. Like, it's that rush, like you said, it's that adrenaline. It's like, that just doesn't happen to people. And when you have that crazy experience, like, you want more of it. I feel like
I genuinely feel like I hit the lottery in a sense with the life experience with that. As weird as that sounds, I mean, again, dude.
No, it's like surviving being in the water and you see a great white fucking bullet for you and somebody just pulls you out of the water at the last moment.
Yeah, I mean, again, I don't have any fear. I'm going back up there in August. I don't have any fear of going back. I'm looking forward to it, but it was something that I
you can't tell me that's don't ever be the back of your head. I want to know, like, the first time you're out there.
No, what that feels like. Be honest with you, man, I mean, we were out there after that. And to be honest with you, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I wasn't, you know, like, I wonder if this exact bear will come out when we were hauling that meat out later on. Yeah. But like, I mean, dude, I'm not trying to sound cocky or like any of that.
No,
I have a full awareness that there's animals out there. Even in Arizona, a fucking mountain lion could eat me.
Oh, yeah.
Like, but
it might be the sense like, okay, I know what happens now. Like, I've been through that. Like, okay, I can
absolutely tell you that my reaction to it moving forward and my ability to understand or make better decisions ultimately in that moment, maybe to stand my ground, maybe to, you know, not rack around, or maybe, you know.
How many times have you trained that draw since then?
Oh, fucking! In my house all the time. I swear, man.
I would.
But yeah, I mean, I just, you know, I have a big thing up there with your hunting rifle and the culture, and a lot of outfitters, especially with the younger guides. won't let anybody have slings on their rifles.
Dude, I'd have a fucking tack sling on that thing.
Yeah, but ultimately, like, you don't want to have it on your shoulder. You want to have.
I'd have that fucking chest harness tack sling right there.
100%. But you don't, you always want to have something for protection, but the best being a large caliber hunting rifle.
Right.
A 300 grain.
It's so hard to like fucking draw that. Like, it's not like it's going to be an M4 or something. You could just fucking quick whip up.
Yeah, I mean, the ones that we, like the one I'm having built right now that I showed you, shout out Coda Precision, my buddy Austin Carmen out of Prescott Valley, Arizona. If anybody needs a sick hunting rifle, hit him up.
It's fucking legit.
But yeah, like they're super lightweight. There's a ton of, shorter. I mean, it's 22 inch barrel.
Big barrel. Yeah.
I mean, in comparison to some of that shit, man, I mean, it might even be shorter than that. But I don't think you can, because I'd have to have an SBR license, right?
No.
What's the minimum?
Dude, like fucking.
For rifle?
Yeah, like when you start to get down to a pistol, I mean, you're talking like 11 inches maybe? Something like that. I can't remember.
No, but for rifles, you have to have an SBR license.
Not anything. Dude, you can get right now. You can buy a fucking 12-inch barrel.
Yeah, but if you're like running it under that.
No, you can buy We'll get on fucking anything right now. Buy a fucking 12-inch barrel for like an AR.
Maybe I'm just calling it the total length, but I don't know.
You say barrel length or total length. I mean, there's difference.
Yeah, but ultimately it's a lot shorter. It's a super lightweight. I mean, it's a 375 Ruger, man. That thing kicks like a fucking mule. But I mean, that if it hits something,
fucking smacking it down.
It's smacking it. I mean, it's not. I mean, we've shot multiple Grizzlies, 7 or 8 times with those things.
What round are you using to shoot Grizzly through that?
What
with the rifle? What kind of round are you using?
I use Choice Ammunition Barnes TSX 270 grain. And that's, I mean, small. I mean, there's a lot of guys will shoot 300 grains with that.
It's got to kick pretty good.
Oh, brother. I mean, I sent multiple at a Grizzly last year that, I mean, it fucking crushed my shoulder, dude.
I'm in no hurry to shoot rifles like that ever again.
No, but like when it comes to hunting rifles, protection is a little bit different, especially with bears, because they can eat fucking rounds. But
yeah,
for me, I don't care how much it kicks. I just want it to kick once.
Well, yeah, yeah. Like, I guess I'm thinking like taking it out to the range, fucking fire after fire, like, putting 500 rounds on target in a day. And like, I have zero desire to do that. But I mean, but you have to do that to get to the point where it only takes one.
Yeah.
Like, you're taking a beating.
Oh,
if
yeah.
You're going out there on the range. That's a lot.
Yeah.
How often do you guys go out? Do you guys have a range at the compound there that you shoot at?
Yeah. I mean, but especially, I mean, dude, those fucking bullets that I mean, it's $150 for a box of 20, man. So it's not like
there's only so many you can shoot.
Yeah. And it kicks like a fucking mule. The one I'm getting built now at Austin, the one I was shooting last year didn't have a muzzle brake on it, and the buttstock's a little bit different than the one I have now that also, it has a muzzle brake on it. So recoil will be, it'll help a lot. But even still, man, it's a fucking big round. I mean, this is killing some of the biggest, baddest animals in the world. And it has always been is a 375, man.
Did you say it's $150 for 20 rounds?
Yes.
Dude, I struggle because, I mean, obviously if you're going to change your ammo, like, you have to go out and fire it, right? So even home defense rounds with $1.50 a round, like, I'm only putting a few through this so I can tell that it's spot on with the red dot and it fires the way I think it is. Other than that, dude, I cannot imagine fucking going to the range and eating that.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I just spent $1,000 on the rounds that I'm going to need to take with me to Alaska.
So, I mean, all these guys spend that money on the rifle. Like you said, your rifle, $5,000.
Yeah, mine, it's $5,500 just to get the gun, and then whatever optic you put on it.
Yeah, on top of that,
you're $6,000 7 G's into this gun on top of having
then you're gonna spend another $1,000 to go fucking sight this thing in. And
yeah, I mean, hopefully not that much, but I mean, you know, you're gonna send 40, 50 rounds to get it sighted in, so there's, you know, another $400, $500,
and then spend how much on a hunt for a bear?
I mean, for just because of the, you know, going up there and doing what we're doing on our hunts, you know, for as long as we are, you got to take, you know, a fucking 100 rounds up there with you, man, because you could be gone from the lodge for, you know, 2 months or a month, Jesus. You know, so you can't just roll out there with 10 rounds and think that, you know, you're gonna be all right.
You have to be.
I shot at a grizzly 10 times last year, dude.
You have to be a wealthy man to go fucking get a guided bear hunt. Like somebody like me has not had like that's.
Yeah,
I'm taking my family to Hawaii cheaper than I'm doing that.
Yeah,
that's insane.
Yeah, I mean it's not cheap, man.
Well,
I almost died, Johnny. I almost didn't have this conversation with you, but I'm
glad you're here to have it. We'll see if you're still here in a couple months. You're going back out when?
August 15th.
Going back out August 15th. We'll see if Junior makes it back after that.
I really, really hope so.
I hope so too, man. I want to hear about the latest close call.
Yeah, well, hopefully I have another experience like that in my life because I would really enjoy it.
Cage diving. You in?
Are we still talking about this?
We were fucking getting ready. Like we're making out like how are we going to do this trip? Like we're setting all the logistics to do it. And they shut down Cortez Island in Mexico, which is like the best place in the world to go do it. They shut it down.
How long ago was this?
Just after COVID.
Oh, this
isn't a COVID shutdown. They shut it down.
So is it open back up?
Not that I know of.
Oh.
Thanks a
lot.
So
then what
Mexico.
The fuck are we talking about?
Well, now we got to go.
We have to go to Africa.
We got to go to South Africa or Australia. I don't know if I want to go to, is it South Africa where they jump out of the water? I'm not sure I want that. Where they're going to fucking land in the cage? Yeah.
Yeah. We want that.
Have you seen that? Did you see the video of the one that went in the cage?
Gets it.
My God.
But what if you survived that?
Well, the guy did, but for a while, like.
That's what I'm saying.
People are looking like, is he okay?
This is a sick story, bro.
The thing that really bothered me.
This is premium podcast material.
I'm in.
Yeah.
But the thing that really bothered me about that shark getting in the cage is obviously the shark got in the cage. But all the fucking guides are like, is there anybody in there? How do you not know if there's a diver in there?
Yeah.
Like, are we not like, I want heads counted at all
you need
times.
Par tags.
Exactly. I don't want any guessing like, oh, maybe John's out. Like, no, you need to know where I'm at all times.
Yeah.
Like, this is your job.
Well, some of those, it's just kind of like those trips is like, yeah, you just dive as much as you want.
Yeah. They say you go out there for a week and like, you might be tired. Like you dove 5 times. Like, I'm good, man. Like, hey, John, you want to go? Fuck yeah, I'm going again. And they'll dive all day long, all day for a fucking week.
Yeah, but again, like that means you just get in a cage by yourself. Like you don't tell anybody.
I'm letting everybody know. Everybody, cage me. Remember me. Fuck.
Yeah, I'm putting the par tag up every time.
Yeah, so that's the next experience. Is that?
All right.
We got to do it. My wife's in. I'm in. Are you in?
I'm absolutely in, but
Can I count on you?
Yeah.
It's not even now. It's going to be a more expensive plane ticket because we can't just fucking catch a boat down there.
Johnny, everything's expensive.
Yeah, but we used
when
to
do we have to go though? Isn't it?
I don't know. I got to research South Africa or Australia.
Is it? I want to say it was springtime when we looked at the Africa.
Fuck,
stuff,
I can't remember now. I'd have to look for Africa. It's going to be different. But like, dude, the other one we could just drive over to San Diego and they fucking motor you down to the island. Like that's cheap in itself. Other than that, it was like $5,000.
Right.
And I'm fucking in. But now we got to probably pay a $3,000 airline ticket to fucking Australia or South Africa.
Bro, if I'm flying to South Africa or if I'm flying to Australia, my plane ticket is absolutely going to be $3,000 because there's no way I'm sitting in the back of that fucking plane.
Dude, we flew to the Caribbean, like Atlanta, and then to the Caribbean, like at least business class. I got to do it.
Yeah, I'm having like I want to fly on the one where I get like a shower. You know what I mean? Like they come and get me for my shower like halfway through, bro.
Yeah, that's at least $3,000. That's probably a $5,000 ticket.
Yeah,
I bet.
Dude, there is no way I am taking a 18-hour flight.
It's got to be 16 hours.
Oh,
yeah, it's got to be.
Dude, there is no way I am making that flight sober, Johnny. Just so you know.
No, I don't see how you could.
No.
I know this is shocking. I gotta go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to fucking wrap.
Yeah. Let's wrap it, man.
So we're gonna see if you live. I'm excited to see what happens.
Yeah.
Till next time.
Thanks, guys.
Later. Oh my God. I've been holding this one.